Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, how are you? Hope that you are well amid this coronavirus pandemic. Dear students, stay home, stay safe. Dear students, to help you to continue your study at home, the Honorable Deputy Commissioner of Natore, in collaboration with the District Education Officer of Natore, is uploading our online classes in the YouTube channel named E-Edu Platform-Natore. Lots of thanks to them. And dear students, please notice the YouTube channel link is tinyurl.com/ybpuwpgl. Please visit the channel and enjoy the classes. Hope that you are already enjoying the classes and learning your lessons. Dear students, as part of the program, I'd like to welcome to you my online class, and my name is Abdul Karim. I am an assistant teacher of English at Natore Government Boys High School, Natore. Dear students, firstly, watch a video clip.
In spring, when food stocks are low, the workers get busy collecting nectar. They have a remarkable method of telling one another where to find the most productive flowers.
Well, dear students, after watching the video, we can make a sentence like this: a honeybee collects nectar, or a sentence like this: a honeybee collects nectar. Which one is correct? The first one, a honeybee collects nectar. No, this is wrong. The second one, yes, this is right. Another pair of sentences, look. Now I saw some honeybees, and now I see some honeybees. Now the question is, which one is correct? The first one, then now I saw some honeybees. No, it's wrong. The second one, now I see some honeybees. Yes, it's correct. The difference actually is made by the use of the verbs. And the verbs are collect, collects, saw, see. So, dear students, we should know the right forms of verbs and we should know how to use them. So, dear students, today's lesson is right form of verbs for classes 9 and 10. The learning outcomes. By the end of the lesson, you will be able to explain some forms, types and structures of verbs, use present and past forms of verbs. Now, we should know about the basic verb forms. There are three basic verb forms: present, past and past participle. For example, write, wrote, written, send, sent, sent, make, made, made, and start, started, started. Now, dear students, go to another topic, and that is types of verbs. There are two basic types of verbs: finite verbs and non-finite verbs. What are they? Finite verbs are verbs present form, verbs past form, helping verb plus verbs present form, helping verb plus verbs present form plus ing, and helping verb plus verbs past participle form. On the other hand, the non-finite verbs are to plus verbs present form, verbs present form plus ing, verbs past participle form, having plus verbs past participle form. Now dear students, I would like to disclose a mystery, and that is these are the 9 structures of verbs, 5 finite verbs and 4 non-finite verbs, and all the uses of right forms of verbs actually are the uses of these 9 structures of verbs. We will discuss the first 2 ones, one verbs present form and another one verbs past form. So we will learn how to use these 2 forms. Okay, now first one, verbs present form. There are 2 kinds of present form. Only the one is simply just verbs present form, and another one is verbs present form plus s or es. Now we should know when we use these 2 forms. We use these 2 forms for describing present events, like
it's a full toss, gets it into the gap, and that's a magnificent innings. He absolutely is loving every moment of it, jumping up in the air.
So we can say Tamim Iqbal plays cricket. This is a present situation, present event, because Tamim Iqbal is still a cricketer. But if we change the subject like this, the boys, then the verb is also changed. The boys play cricket. So look at the difference. Tamim Iqbal plays cricket, but the boys play cricket. The difference lies in the uses of the verbs. In the first position we use plays, and in the second position we use play. Why? The mystery will be disclosed later on. Then dear students, we should know actually what are the present event markers. Now, nowadays, at present, this day or this year, today, tonight. If there is any of the present event markers in the sentence, we use the present form of the verb. For example, nowadays he works at school. At present there is a stadium here. Look, for nowadays we use here works, and works is a present form of verb, and we also use here is for at present. Now let's go to learn another use of verbs present form, and that is it is used to describe true facts. Let's watch a video of a true fact. Okay, dear students, we know that a kingfisher catches fish, and this is a true fact. So we use here catches, and catches is a present form of a verb. But if we change the subject like this, kingfishers catch fish, then we use here catch. So remember the difference of the uses of the verb. Dear students, what I discussed so far, you have a question in mind perhaps, that is when we use only verbs present form and when we use verbs present form plus s or es. Before disclosing the mystery, we have to take some preparation, and the preparation is we should know about persons. For example, I is first person singular, we is first person plural, you second person singular and plural. and he, she, it, or a singular noun is third person singular, and they is third person plural. To clarify the idea, let's watch another video clip. Look where we live, the nature where we live, and everything, every animal of the nature is third person. The frog, the snake, you see, the bird, you see, the tiger, and the tiny ants, everything, every animal, and the hills, the river, everything is actually third person. From the tiny little bug and earth, the roads, the everything, the solar system and the whole universe, everything is actually, we see, third person. Dear students, even we are made of third persons. For example, the physical parts of our body, our hands, our leg, our nose, our mouth, our head, everything is a third person. We are made of third person, and where we live, the earth is third person, the road where we walk on, third person. So we actually live in the world of third persons, and just we will see that whether the thing or the being is a singular one. If it is singular, then it is third person singular. Very simple. So now, dear students, I think you have understood third persons. Now, puzzles for you. Look at the picture. What do you see in the picture? You see, of course, some red roses. So the color of the flowers is how many colors? Only one color is here, red. Look at the phrase, the color of the flowers. Flowers are plural. The flowers, the word flowers is a plural one, but the color of the flowers, this is not plural, this is singular. Why? Because of the word color, and you know the meaning. If you see the picture, then you will get the idea that only one color is there, and that is red. So though flowers, this word indicate a plural noun, but the whole thing, actually the color of the flowers is a singular one, and that is third person singular. So actually the most important thing is that the word before the preposition like of, in, at. For example, here is color. That is the important thing. The word before the preposition will determine whether it is singular or plural. So look at another puzzle. You see another flower, and look at the colors. This is only one flower, but it has two colors. So we can say the colors of the flower. The flower is only one, but the colors are two, yellow and red. So this is third person plural, because the meaning is that here the colors are two. And the same thing, the word before the preposition determines the number of the person. So this is the mystery you should remember, and that will help you further. Now, dear students, you are ready to learn the rules of using right form of verbs, which I am going to tell you. That is rule number 1. Now read the sentences. A bird flies, man walks. Look, the subject is a bird and the verb is flies, so es is added, and man is the subject and walks, so s is added, and flies actually come from like this, that fly plus ies, y is replaced by ies. Now look at the subject, a bird, that is subject is third person singular, and after the third person singular one we use actually verbs present from plus s or es, and of course in the case of present events or true facts or proverbs. And rule number 2, firstly read the sentences. Birds fly, men walk, I run, you play, we laugh. The rule is that when the subject is I, we, you, they or people, that means except a third person singular, any subject, if there is any subject, then we use only verbs present form. Application of the rules. Now you are getting a part of SSC question Dhaka Board 2020. Now read the passage. Traffic jam is a common affair in big cities of our country. Increasing number of vehicles, traffic jam. Mainly it in the congested areas. Overtaking tendency also traffic jam. Some drivers the traffic rules and carelessly. Now in the gaps these verbs will be used correctly. Violate, create, occur, drive and cause. So think, take time and try to use the right forms of the verbs. So take time. Read again the passage. I think you have finished answering the question. Now see the answer. Causes, occurs, creates, violate, drive. Now let's explain the answers. Increasing number of vehicles, this is actually third person singular because of is the preposition and before preposition there is number and number is third person singular. So increasing number of vehicles is a third person singular subject. So we use here causes in the gap A. Mainly it in the gap B. Occurs. It is a third person singular, so we use here occurs. And similarly, overtaking tendency also third person singular, we use here creates. But some drivers, this is third person plural, so we use here only violate. And in the E gap, we use here only drive because of the same rule. Subject is here some drivers, that is third person plural. Dear students, now let's go to the second finite verb, and that is verbs past form. And verbs past form is used to describe past events. So now let's watch a video of a past event.
Oh, it's times like these you think there is destiny. Threaded this through. This is going to go for four. Bangladesh have done it. Their first under-19 cricket World Cup title. They'll be dancing in the streets in Dhaka, Sylhet, Chittagong. Captain fantastic Akbar Ali has seen it to the end. The Tigers have conquered the African plains. They are.
So dear students, this is a glorious past of our country that Bangladesh, a few months ago, Bangladesh won the ICC Under-19 World Cup 2020, and we used here won, not win. Bangladesh won. Why? Because this thing happened a few months ago. Now we should know about a fact that a past event is actually described like this: subject, any number and person, and plus verbs past form. So we should use this structure: subject plus verbs past form to describe a past event. And look at the examples. I went there yesterday. He went there yesterday. Look, I is first person singular and he is third person singular, but we used went in both cases. Dear students, we should also learn about past event markers. What are they? One day, once, once upon a time, yesterday, the previous day, that night, last night, in 1971, in 2019, in the 15th century. These words or phrases actually indicate that the sentence will be in the past and verbs past form will be used. Now dear students, let's go to the application of the rule. And this is a part of Chattogram Board 2019 question of SSC exam. Please read the passage, read yourself, and you have to fill in the blanks by using the right forms of verbs of feel, climb, give, pick and take. So read the passage and try to use the right forms of verbs. Take your time. Now dear students, you have already read the passage, I think. The passage is, one day Meena and her parrot meet to a tall tree to pick a mango. She a mango and it to her mother. Although Meena had picked the mango, her mother the largest share of the fruit to Raju. Meena very disappointed. So dear students, I think that you have already chosen the verbs and used the verbs. So let's see the answer. Climbed, picked, took, gave, felt. And I'd like to explain just one gap here, that one day Meena and her parrot meet who. This is a past event, so a tall tree here climbed will be there, that we should use the past form of the verb climb. Similarly, we used here picked, took, gave and felt verbs. So dear students, so far I discussed the two important finite verbs, verbs present form and verbs past form. Now homework. I hope that you will do the homework. Your homework will be that SSC questions Rajshahi Board 2020, Dinajpur Board 2020, Dhaka Board 2019, Kumilla Board 2019 and Borishal Board 2020. These are the board questions of right form of verbs, and the board questions you can solve because the board questions are actually based on the uses of the right form of verbs which I discussed today, that verbs present form and verbs past form. And another piece of homework, that is write a paragraph on an ideal student by using the correct forms of the verbs, especially the verbs present form and verbs present form plus s or yes. So that's the end of my class. I hope that you will enjoy my next classes and visit the YouTube channel which I earlier referred to, and stay home, stay safe and continue your study. Thank you very much.